Hey everybody, welcome back in. Kindle Direct Publishing Q&A. Tim Knox here. Hope you are doing well and have managed to steer your way through safely through all of the turmoil that has been Kindle lately. Which really brings up the topic for today's show. I had someone ask me online this morning, Tim, where have all the gurus gone? Really good question. Where have all the gurus gone? By that, what they're talking about is a phenomenon that always happens in business, not just online, but offline. You'll have someone or some people who will get into something like Kindle publishing or drop shipping or cookie cutter websites or this or that, and they will do what's commonly known as hit it big, the big score. They will see great success, really good success monetarily, and that will put them down a path that typically goes like this. First of all, you figure this out or you stumble upon it, you make the big score, you do well, you start talking about it, you start doing videos and Facebook groups and this sort of thing. Well, then you start to get some notoriety there, so then you do courses, and then you do coaching, and then you do this, and then you do that, and then all of a sudden you're moving off in another direction while you're teaching other people to do this back here. That is what we call the natural flow of business. That's the way it has always worked. Someone will learn how to do it, will make money at it, will teach others how to do it, and then they take his place or her place while they go on and do something else. So that's what's happening now, not only in the Kindle world, but in a lot of different areas where we've had some pretty big names come through and do well, and now they're moving on to something else. And it's always been kind of interesting to me because, and I suppose I'm probably the same way, I've done the same kind of thing, but how you start off doing something, you succeed, and then you teach others to do it for a while, and then you sort of lose interest and move on to other things. The people that were the Kindle gurus for the last year, and I can probably name you a dozen of them or so, are now off into other things. Now, the question becomes, have they moved off into other things because they see the writing on the wall better than most of us do? They realize that they've made their money in this area and now they're going to do something else? Or are they just moving on? Have they just made their mark, made their money, now they're teaching other things to do it and they're moving on? I think it's the latter. I think that people that have been doing anything for a while and they have mastered it, there comes a time when you really look for the next thing. It really is the definition of entrepreneur, and that's what these folks are. An entrepreneur is someone who looks for opportunities. They look for holes in the market. They look for ways to do things no one else has ever done. And they get in there and they work their butts off and they're successful and they make money. And then they move on to the next thing. It's called serial entrepreneurship. I have done it for years. Over the last 20 years, I've had a dozen businesses and I'll probably have a dozen more. So as you're looking around, wondering where all the gurus have gone, well, they've gone on. They've gone on to the next thing, leaving people like you to become the next group of gurus. I'm sure that someone I'm talking to right now, you might be just starting your Kindle business today. Well, who knows? 6 months from a year from now, you may be teaching others. You may be developing courses. You may be moving on. Just the nature of the beast. So don't get upset if someone who has made their mark in Kindle or whatever now seem to be moving on in other directions. It's just the nature of the entrepreneurial beast, and you will figure that out for yourself. So to whoever it was that asked me earlier, where have all the gurus gone? They've gone on to make room for you. All right? Hey, hopefully that was helpful. If not, I'll be moving on in a couple of months. It won't matter. If you have a question you would like me to address, the email address is there, tim at timknox.com. Also, check out my other websites. Of course, my YouTube channel. I'd love for you to subscribe. Just click the subscribe button down there. Check out interviewingauthors.com if you are interested in actually becoming an author yourself. So if you have a question, shoot it to me. Happy to address it. And hey, keep your head down. Keep moving forward. You're going to be okay. And like I said, someday you may be a guru and people will be going, hey, where did they go?